the Lakers just destroyed the Pelicans. The Lakers are absolutely rolling right now. 17 wins in their last 20 games, sitting in second place in the Western Conference with 39 wins and 21 losses, and they just picked up their 7th straight victory. They're clicking at the perfect time, and the numbers from tonight are just insane. LeBron James was on another level, dropping 34 points while grabbing 8 rebounds and dishing out 6 assists. And on top of that, he added 2 blocks and a steal. He continues to dominate night after night, and he just became the first player ever to score 50,000 combined points in the regular season and playoffs. That's not just another milestone. That's history. He keeps proving why he's one of the greatest to ever do it, and he's still putting up numbers like this deep into his career. Luka wasn't far behind, putting up 30 points, 15 assists, and 8 rebounds. His playmaking has completely changed the flow of this team, and the results speak for themselves. Since the Lakers got him, they've won 11 out of 13 games, and when he's actually on the court, they're 7-2. That's no coincidence. His ability to create shots for himself and others makes the offense look effortless. Jackson Hayes stepped up in a big way, finishing with a season-high 19 points and 10 rebounds. With Austin Reeves and Rui out, they needed extra production from their role players, and Hayes answered the call. He was active on the boards, efficient scoring the ball, and gave them a big presence inside. That's exactly what they needed. Jard Vanderbilt was all over the place, scoring 12 points, grabbing 8 rebounds, dishing out an assist, and adding 2 blocks and a steal. He does the dirty work every single game, and it makes a huge difference. Whether it's grabbing a tough rebound, contesting shots, or just staying active on both ends, Vanderbilt's impact goes way beyond the box score. But even just looking at the numbers, he's getting it done. Shake Milton came off the bench and delivered 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists, plus 2 steals. He's been a really solid spark whenever they need him, and his ability to step in and contribute in multiple ways keeps this offense moving smoothly. His defensive presence also gave them some extra energy, and it showed with those 2 steals. Dalton Connect added 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's been proving that he belongs in this rotation, and that's not easy to do on a team this deep. Every game, he finds ways to contribute, whether it's scoring, rebounding, or making plays for others. That versatility is going to be huge for them down the stretch. Trey Jemison III might not have had the biggest numbers, but he still made his presence felt. He finished with 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, and even in limited minutes, he found ways to make an impact. That's the thing about this team. Everybody contributes. Even if it's not always showing up in huge numbers, every player who steps on the court finds a way to help. And speaking of that, Bronny James got some minutes late in the game, playing just over 4 minutes and scoring 2 points. He hasn't played since February 12th, so it was great to see him back out there. It's always exciting to see a young player get some opportunity, especially on a team this talented. But back to the overall picture. This team is rolling. They just dropped 136 points while shooting the ball incredibly well, and they did it without 2 key guys in the lineup. That's not just impressive. That's a sign of a team that's locked in. The offense is flowing. The defense is holding up, and the chemistry is only getting better every single game. Winning 7 straight is no joke, and with the way they're playing right now, there's no reason to think they're slowing down anytime soon. This is a team that's peaking at the right time, and with the level of talent they've got, the sky's the limit. But when I look at this game tonight, there's a few key points I want to talk about. And first has to be Luka's passing. Luka's passing tonight was absolutely unreal. He finished with 15 assists, his highest mark since joining the Lakers, and every single one of them showed why he's one of the best playmakers in the game. It wasn't just about the volume. It was about the precision, the vision, and the way he completely controlled the offense. His ability to manipulate defenders, anticipate movements, and put the ball exactly where it needs to be is something only a handful of players in NBA history have ever done at this level. The numbers speak for themselves, but watching it in real time, it's even more impressive. What makes Luka's performance tonight even more historic is that he became only the 4th player in Lakers history to record at least 30 points and 15 assists in a game. The other names on that list? Magic Johnson, Jerry West, and LeBron James. That's it. Just 3 of the greatest playmakers to ever touch a basketball. And now Luka is right there with them. Magic pulled it off 19 times. Jerry West did it 6 times, and LeBron only once. The fact that Luka has already joined this elite group so early into his Lakers tenure is nothing short of incredible. But he didn't just match that historic feat. He added another first to his name. Luka became the only player in Lakers history to put up 30 points, 15 assists, and hit at least 5 3-pointers in a single game. That's something even Magic, Jerry West, or LeBron never did. It's one thing to rack up assists, But when you combine it with elite scoring and deep range shooting, it makes him practically unguardable. Defenses have no idea what to do with him. Give him space, and he'll knock down a three. Play up on him, and he'll drive right past you. Send help, and he'll find the open man every single time. By the way, if you guys enjoy these deep dives, I'll be posting every day during the season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, Luka. Luka has completely changed the way the Lakers operate. Since arriving, he's been averaging 8.7 assists per game. And it's not just about the raw numbers. It's about the way he's elevating the entire offense. The Lakers were already a dangerous team, but now they've become a well-oiled machine. The ball movement is smoother, the offense is more efficient, and everybody is getting better looks because of Luka's presence. When you have a player like this running the show, it unlocks another level of offensive potential. His assist percentage, meaning the percentage of his teammates' baskets that he assists while on the floor, is sitting at 33.73%. That puts him ahead of 97% of players in the entire league. That's not just good, that's elite. It means that when Luka is in the game, 1 out of every 3 made baskets is coming directly from his passing. He's not just a playmaker, he's the engine of the offense. And he's making history at an absurd pace. Luka just became the fastest guard in Lakers franchise history to reach 200 points. That alone tells you how much of an impact he's had. He's scoring at an elite rate, but he's also setting up teammates at a level that very few players in NBA history ever have. The balance between his scoring and his playmaking is what makes him so unstoppable. There's no way to game plan for him because he can beat you in so many different ways. His ability to generate offense goes beyond just piling up assists. He's assisting on 18.2 points per game while keeping his turnovers relatively low at 3.5 per game. That's an incredible ratio for a player who handles the ball as much as he does. His turnover percentage, which measures how often he turns the ball over per 100 plays, sits at just 10.23%. That means he's turning the ball over less often than more than half the league while creating more offense than almost anyone. That's efficiency at its finest. When it comes to ball handling, Luka is in the 98th percentile, according to a ranking metric that estimates his ability to control the ball and create plays. That's an insane number. Almost nobody in the league is better at handling pressure, keeping his dribble alive, and making plays off the bounce. Whether he's working in isolation, navigating through traffic, or dealing with double teams, Luka always has the ball on a string. That's a big reason why he's so effective as a passer. He never loses control, no matter the situation. His passer rating, which evaluates the overall quality of a player's passing, sits at 7.8, ranking in the 95th percentile. That means he's a better passer than almost everybody in the league. His offensive impact, measured by a stat called crafted OPM, is in the 100th percentile. That literally means he's at the very top of the league in terms of offensive contribution. There's nobody doing more to generate efficient offense than Luka right now. His ability to create offense is also in the 100th percentile. That means there isn't a single player in the league who's doing a better job of setting up scoring opportunities for himself and others. Whether it's finding a cutter, throwing a cross-court pass to an open shooter, or making a quick dish in traffic, Luka is constantly generating quality looks for his team. The workload he's carrying is ridiculous. His offensive load, which measures how much he's responsible for running the offense, is in the 100th percentile. That means nobody in the league is handling more responsibility than him right now. And yet, despite the massive workload, he's not just surviving, he's thriving. He's making all the right reads, keeping the offense moving, and putting his teammates in the best possible positions to succeed. One of the things that makes Luka's passing so special is how unpredictable he is. Defenders can't cheat one way or another because he's just as dangerous as a scorer as he is as a passer. He doesn't just rack up assists by making simple passes. He's throwing no-look dimes, threading the needle in traffic, and hitting teammates in their shooting pocket with perfect accuracy. He's always one step ahead of the defense, and that's what makes him so impossible to guard. It's not just about the assists he gets, it's about the offense he creates. Even when his passes don't directly lead to a basket, they set up great opportunities. He forces defenses to collapse, shifts defenders with his eyes, and puts his teammates in a position to succeed. That's the mark of a truly elite playmaker. It's not just about getting assists, it's about making the game easier for everyone else. Luka's arrival in Los Angeles has completely changed the Lakers' identity. Since he got here, the offense has been more fluid, the ball movement has been sharper, and players are getting easier looks than ever before. He's making life easier for everyone on the floor, and that's exactly what a superstar playmaker is supposed to do. He's already made history in just a handful of games, and at this rate, he's going to keep breaking records. Whether it's scoring, passing, or just controlling the tempo of the game, he's doing it all at an elite level. He's playing at a pace that very few players in NBA history have ever reached, and he's making it look effortless. Tonight was just another example of why Luka is one of the best passers in the game. 15 assists, his highest as a Laker, and he made it look easy. He's setting up teammates, making the right reads, and running the offense at an elite level. With numbers like these, it's clear Luka's passing isn't just good, it's generational. But after that, someone who absolutely dominated tonight, Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes was absolutely dominant tonight. 19 points, 10 rebounds, and he did it all without missing a single shot. 8 for 8 from the field, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, and he controlled the paint from start to finish. Against his former team, he made a statement, showing just how much he's grown as a player and why the Lakers are trusting him as their starting center. If he can bring this level of production every night, the Lakers are going to be even tougher to beat. This wasn't just a big game, it was historic. Hayes became the first Laker since Dwight Howard in 2019 to put up at least 15 points and 10 rebounds while shooting 100% from the field. That's not easy to do. Big men often get high percentage looks, but going perfect from the field while securing a double-double, that takes next level efficiency. What he did in the first quarter was even crazier. 15 points, 5 rebounds, and not a single miss. The last Lakers center to pull that off, Shaquille O'Neal in 2004. That's an insane stat. Anytime your name is in the same conversation as Shaq, you know you've done something special. Hayes wasn't just playing well, he was completely taking over the game in that opening stretch. The energy, the effort, and the dominance inside were all there. Since Anthony Davis was traded, Hayes has stepped into the starting center role, and he's proving that he can handle it. He's not trying to be Davis. He's playing his game, staying efficient, protecting the rim, and doing exactly what the Lakers need from him. If he can keep this up, the Lakers have a real weapon at the center position. He doesn't need to put up 20 points every night, but if he can consistently bring energy, efficiency, and strong interior defense, it completely changes this team's ceiling. His defensive impact has been ridiculous. Since February 1st, he has been the #1 defensive center in the entire NBA, posting a defensive rating of 102.5 while playing at least 20 minutes per game. That's not just good, that's elite. He's shutting down the paint, contesting shots, grabbing rebounds, and making life miserable for opponents trying to score inside. That's exactly what the Lakers need from their center. His efficiency numbers this season are just absurd. His effective field goal percentage is 70.2%, which ranks ahead of 97% of players in the entire league. That means when he takes a shot, it's one of the most efficient looks on the floor. Whether it's finishing lobs, putbacks, or scoring off easy feeds inside, he's converting at an elite level. His true shooting percentage is even more ridiculous at 71.4%, also ranking ahead of 97% of the league. That means every time he takes a shot, he's getting high quality looks and making the most of them. His points per scoring attempt sits at 1.4, which is among the best numbers you'll see for any center. He's not just getting buckets, he's doing it in the most efficient way possible. And it's not just defense. Hayes is making a massive impact on both ends of the floor. His net rating, which measures how much better the Lakers are when he's on the court compared to when he's off, is plus 5.4. That's a huge number, showing that when he's in the game, the Lakers are consistently outscoring their opponents. His offensive rating is 114.3, which means the team is extremely efficient when he's on the floor. But the biggest impact comes on defense. His defensive rating of 108.8 is a major reason why he's been ranked as the best defensive center since February 1st. He's not just blocking shots or grabbing rebounds, he's anchoring the entire defense, shutting down the paint, and making opponents think twice before attacking inside. His ability to contest shots, rotate effectively, and hold his ground against bigger players has been game-changing. His mixed team defense ranking places him in the 91st percentile, meaning he's better than 91% of players in terms of preventing the opposing team from scoring. That's not just individual defense. That's a reflection of how he's impacting the entire Lakers defensive system. He's not just playing solid defense himself, he's making his teammates better by helping, communicating, and shutting down easy scoring opportunities. On the glass, Hayes has been solid as well. He's averaging 4.4 rebounds per game, ranking ahead of 74% of players in the league. His defensive rebounding percentage sits at 15.01%, meaning he's grabbing his fair share of available defensive boards. He's doing his job securing possessions and preventing second chance opportunities. But what really stands out is his offensive rebounding. He's He's pulling down 1.4 offensive boards per game, and his offensive rebounding percentage is 7.56%, ranking ahead of 68% of players in the NBA. That's massive for second chance points. When you've got a big man who can clean up misses and keep possessions alive, it makes the offense that much more dangerous. His usage rate sits at just 11.7%, meaning he's not demanding the ball or forcing shots. But when he does get involved, he's incredibly efficient. He's taking the right shots, making the right plays, and staying within his role. That's exactly what you want from a center on a team with elite playmakers like Luka and LeBron James. If Hayes can keep this up every night, it's going to be huge for the Lakers. They don't need him to be a superstar. They just need him to play with this level of energy, efficiency, and defensive intensity. He doesn't have to score 19 points every game, but if he can consistently finish at the rim, rebound at a high level, and be the defensive anchor they need, it completely changes how this team operates. The Lakers have already been rolling, and if Hayes continues to develop in this role, it's only going to make them more dangerous. His ability to protect the rim, finish at an elite rate, and play with high energy gives them a massive boost. If he keeps bringing this level of effort every night, the Lakers might have found their long-term answer at center. Tonight was just another example of why Hayes is so valuable. He's stepping up in his new role, making history, and proving that he belongs in the starting lineup. If he keeps this up, the Lakers are going to be a serious problem for the rest of the league. His defensive impact is undeniable, his efficiency is elite, and his ability to play within his role is exactly what the Lakers need. They don't need him to be the focal point of the offense. They just need him to be consistent, reliable, and dominant in the paint. If he can do that, this team is going to be a nightmare for opponents. Hayes has already shown flashes of this potential, but if he can bring this level of play consistently, he's going to be a game changer. The Lakers have been searching for a reliable big man to anchor the paint, and they might have found their guy. Tonight wasn't just a great game for Hayes, it was a glimpse of what he can be every night. If he keeps playing at this level, the Lakers are only going to get better. And if that happens, the rest of the league better watch out. But after that, there was someone else who stepped up big tonight. And that was surprisingly Shake Milton. Shake Milton doesn't always get big minutes, but when he does, he makes them count. With Austin Reeves and Rui out, the Lakers needed someone to step up, and Shake delivered his best game as a Laker. 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals, while shooting 5 for 7 from the field and 2 for 4 from 3. Those numbers are solid, but they don't even begin to tell the whole story of his impact tonight. The biggest stat, his plus-minus. Shake finished with a plus 30, the second best mark on the entire team, behind Luka's absurd plus 37. Luka putting up that kind of number makes sense. He's one of the best players in the world, and everything runs through him. But for Shake to be right behind him at plus 30, that says everything about how much of a difference he made when he was on the floor. The Lakers didn't just play well in his minutes, they dominated. This wasn't just his best game as a Laker. It was a perfect example of why depth matters. Shake doesn't get consistent minutes when the team is fully healthy, but when his name is called, he's ready. He played a key role in keeping the offense flowing, making smart plays, and bringing energy on both ends. That's exactly what a championship team needs. Guys who can step in at a moment's notice and contribute. His efficiency was off the charts tonight. 5 made shots on just 7 attempts. That's elite shot selection. He wasn't forcing anything. He played within the offense, and he capitalized on his opportunities. 2 for 4 from deep. That's huge for a Lakers team that thrives when their role players are hitting shots. When you're playing with guys like Luka and LeBron, you're going to get open looks. Shake took full advantage tonight, and it wasn't just his scoring. He contributed in every area. His 2 assists kept the ball moving. His 2 steals showed that he was locked in defensively, and his overall activity made a real impact. He wasn't just out there getting numbers, he was making winning plays. For the season, Shake's efficiency has been solid despite his limited role. His effective field goal percentage is 54.2%, which is better than 58% of players in the league. That means when he does get opportunities, he makes the most of them. He doesn't take a ton of shots, but when he does, he's efficient. His points per field goal attempt is 1.1, showing that he's maximizing his scoring chances. His true shooting percentage, which factors in 3-pointers and free throws, is even better at 58%. That puts him ahead of 63% of players in the league. That's a massive number for a guy who isn't a primary scoring option. It shows that when he does shoot, he's getting high-quality looks and converting at a strong rate. Shake's passing doesn't get talked about much, but he's been solid when given the chance. His assist percentage is 19.3%, meaning nearly 1 out of every 5 made baskets. While he's on the floor, comes from his passing. That's better than 75% of players in the league. He's not just a scorer, he's making plays for others too. His 2 assists tonight were a reflection of that, keeping the offense moving and finding teammates in the right spots. Another huge factor in his game, he takes care of the ball. His turnover percentage is just 9.3%, meaning he turns it over less often than more than half the players in the league. That's exactly what you want from a bench guard. Someone who can come in, make plays, and not hurt the team with mistakes. Tonight, he had 0 turnovers in his minutes. That's the kind of reliability that keeps a team rolling even when key players are out. His usage rate, which measures how often he's directly involved in offensive plays, is 16.3%. That's not an insanely high number, but it shows that when he's on the floor, he's making an impact. He's involved in enough plays to be a factor, but he's not dominating the ball or forcing bad shots. That balance is exactly what makes him valuable in a depth role. Shake's role this season has been a tricky one. When the team is fully healthy, he doesn't play much, but when injuries hit, he steps in and does exactly what's needed. Tonight was the perfect example. The Lakers were missing 2 key guys, and Shake didn't just fill in, he thrived. He played within the system, provided a scoring boost, and helped the team extend their winning streak. His ability to step up in these moments is a testament to his preparation. Not every player can go from barely playing to making a major impact when given minutes. Some guys need a rhythm. They need consistent playing time to stay effective. But Shake, he's proving that he can be ready at any time. That's a huge advantage for a team with championship aspirations. The Lakers don't just need their stars to be great, they need their bench to be reliable. They need guys like Shake who can step in when needed and keep the team rolling. If he continues to play like this when given the opportunity, he's going to earn more minutes, even when the roster is fully healthy. And let's talk about his impact on the team's energy. Shake's presence on the floor tonight was noticeable. He was active on defense, he was communicating, and he was making hustle plays. That's why his plus-minus was so high. It wasn't just about scoring, it was about all the little things he did to help the team win. This is the kind of performance that builds confidence, not just for Shake himself, but for the team as a whole. Knowing they have a guy on the bench who can step up like this when needed is huge. It means they can trust their depth, rest their stars when necessary, and keep winning even when key players are out. The Lakers are on a roll right now, and performances like this are a big reason why. Shake might not be a star, but he's proving that he can be an important piece of this team's success. If he keeps stepping up when given the chance, the Lakers are only going to get scarier. His plus 30 tonight was no fluke. He earned it by playing smart, efficient basketball, making an impact on both ends, and keeping the team's momentum going. Luka's plus 37 was crazy, but Shake's plus 30 might be even crazier considering his role. He played his best game as a Laker when they needed it most, and that says everything about the kind of player he is. This is the kind of depth that wins games in the regular season. This is the kind of depth that wins games in the playoff. Shake showed tonight that he can be a real difference maker when given the opportunity, and that's something the Lakers can take with them moving forward. The way he played tonight isn't just a one-time thing. It's a sign of what he can bring when given the chance. The Lakers needed a spark, and Shake stepped up in a big way. His shooting, his passing, his defense. It was all on display, and it was exactly what the team needed. If he keeps playing like this, it's going to be impossible to keep him out of the rotation. He's proving that he's more than just a depth piece. He's a legitimate contributor, and when the playoffs come around, that kind of reliability off the bench is going to be invaluable. Shake's best game as a Laker came at the perfect time. The team was missing key players, they needed someone to step up, and he delivered. It's performances like this that make championship teams. Shake Milton might not always be in the spotlight, but tonight, he was exactly what the Lakers needed. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day during this season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.